Has made a sensational revelation tonight. Your channel has accessed the shredded pages of a diary found in the room of raided Karnataka Mantri D.K. Shivkumar. This page contains notings detailing transactions worth crores. But a second note prepared by an alleged Hawala operator Rajendra is the most sensational. This note contains references to payments of 3 crores made to the AICC. Will Rahul Gandhi explain this cash scandal? That's the question we are asking tonight.
Karnataka Minister D.K. Shivkumar finds himself under the IT scanner. Recovered from his cabinet was a cash stash worth over 10 crore rupees. But despite the proof, Congress went on an offensive.
There is a clear-cut conspiracy throughout the country. These BJP leaders, including the Prime Minister and the BJP President, have thought out a plan to see that wherever Congress is strong, how to weaken Congress. They use CBI, they use IT, they use all these agencies.
The raids led to a massive debate in the parliament, with opposition crying vendetta. But the finance minister denied all charges and even went on to reveal how the Mantri was under the length and was trying to destroy evidence.
इनकम टैक्स के अधिकारी इसलिए उनका स्टेटमेंट लेना और उनको वहां से अपने घर ले जाना केवल इस पर्पस के लिए रिजॉर्ट में गए। जब वहां पहुंचे तो वे व्यक्ति वहां पर कागज फाड़ रहे थे।
Now, Times Now has accessed the cash diary that D.K. Shivkumar was trying to shred into pieces.
This is the first visual proof of that. If you could just take us through, Navika, this shredded page, which contains several notings detailing crores worth of transactions. Some could have been linked to several individuals, possibly even a cable operator.
This is how the income tax authorities have tried to piece together the torn pages of the diary that was maintained by D.K. Shivkumar. Now, why was the Karnataka Mantri, why was he tearing up these pages? He was tearing up these pages because there are some accounts that are mentioned here. 1.50, 5.00, 5.00, total of 10 crore. Also 1.5, 2.5 and 3. This and 8 here, 11 crore. 1 crore given to somebody, 10 crore is the balance. Here 2.15, 3.15, 1.65, 4.80 is the total.
The shredded pages of the diary contain notings detailing crores worth of transactions. One curiously with the initials AICC.
What was the Congress party so busy with making these collections? And at the bottom tumbles out this name and this number and this AICC. The moment you see that, you have to be very, very sharp of the fact, ladies and gentlemen, that this money was going somewhere to the Congress High Command. And that's why we want to ask the 10 crore parallels that Navika and Rahul were talking about. And the other aspect is when you have income tax raids and seizures and the Congress party goes out to protest. So clearly, something is wrong.
Times Now also has in its possession confession of Shivkumar's close aide.
I was directed by D.K. Shivkumar to move the cash from B2107 to the current premises, that is B5/201. I'm not sure why I was asked to move the cash. As far as I know, the amount of rupees 5 crore also which Shailendra had brought to this residence was also brought here under the direction of Mr. D.K. Shivkumar. This is his statement to the tax authorities.
After the latest expose, it has become incumbent upon Rahul to either clarify or sack his Mantri. So, will the Gandhi scion walk the talk? Bureau Report, Times Now.
And breaking news, Congress in Cash Diary, part 4 of the expose coming up on the Newshour. We can tell you that D.K. Shivkumar was in Delhi stashing the 6.6 crore that his aide talks about. Anjanya, his aide who has admitted to the tax authorities, he said that there was 6.6 crore that were brought in, 4 crores earlier, 10 crores, in fact 8 crores recovered from the Delhi residence of DK Shivkumar and his aide. This was brought in by DK Shivkumar. He was present in Delhi on the 1st of August, hours before the raid took place. He was staying in room number 2001 at the JW Marriott Hotel in Aero City, Delhi, close to the airport. Also, he took the Jet Airways flight number 9W7023. Yes, that's the flight at 7:20 p.m. on the 1st of August that DK Shivkumar took. The question is, after these entries that have been found, 3 crores to AICC, 8 crores recovered from DK Shivkumar's residence in Delhi, and also the fact that he went away from Delhi just hours after looking at this money, keeping it before the tax authorities found 8 crores, 6.6 crores admitted already by his aide. Was this money also meant for the AICC? Just look at this entry here. There are 4 entries on this page, 1 crore, 2 crore, 1 crore. These are on 3rd of January 2017, 5th of January 2017, 5th of January 2017, a total of 4 crores. And this money, 3 crores, paid to AICC. This is the reference to AICC right here that has been made in this document that has been recovered from Rajendra, who is a Hawala operator allegedly linked to Mr. DK Shivkumar. Also, ladies and gentlemen, this is the sensational document that was being torn by DK Shivkumar. A mention of this was made by Finance Minister Arun Jaitley on the floor of the Rajya Sabha when the Congress raised questions about vendetta politics. And look at all of this. Cash, balance payable 4.80, all these accounts all here. 2.15, 3.15, 1.65, all totaling to 4.80. Here again, 38 crores we understand, 11 crore, all of that going across to the Congress party. That's the question we are asking. But this is the document that DK Shivkumar, the Karnataka Mantri, was trying to destroy. Why was he destroying it? And what was he doing at the hotel room number 2001 JW Marriott in Aero City? Why did he not dispose of this cash? Why were 8 crore rupees stashed in the Delhi bungalow? Was this going across to the AICC? That's the question we are asking.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And joining me this evening as we debate the issue on why Rahul Gandhi has not yet sacked DK Shivkumar. Is it because he's the money bags for the AICC? Is this money meant for the AICC? I'm joined by Dr. Sambit Patra, national spokesperson of the BJP. Mr. Ratan Sharda, political analyst, joining me live from Mumbai. Mahesh Jethmalani, senior lawyer, with me from Delhi. Alimuddin Khan, political analyst. Mahmood Paracha, senior advocate. CM Dhananjay, chairman of the Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee. Ghanshyam Tiwari, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. But my first question goes across to Mr. CM Dhananjay. Mr. Dhananjay, yesterday you said because the CRPF was there, it was a political raid. Was it political because payments were being made to AICC? Is this why Mr. Rahul Gandhi is protecting Mr. DK Shivkumar? Because he supplies money to AICC, 8 crore rupees in the Delhi residence. Was that also meant for AICC? Because this 3 crore rupees that has been paid to AICC has been listed here.
See, what you are showing, that piece of paper, it is only a piece of paper. There were no authentic, as far as the paper is concerned, it is clearly shows that it is a piece of paper that is not officially recorded or there is any seal on that. And there is no, it is not seized. Very clearly shows point number 1. Point number 2, yesterday you clearly stated that he was unaware of the raid. When such thing is there, it is highly impossible to see that any person to tear it and go. So point number 3, it is a very clear in the Birla Sara case. He stated in the Supreme Court that a piece of paper is a piece of paper unless and until you find an independent and corroborative evidence is there. Then only it's got any importance in the court of law.
I can play to you the statement made by the finance minister on the floor of the Rajya Sabha, where he said that the proper Panchnama of this document was conducted.
Allow me to speak. Kindly allow me to speak. If there is a Panchanama thing is there, where is the? I am producing you a Panchanama which was taken in the yesterday very clearly. Who has done this Panchanama? None other than the officers of Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax and Income Tax officers. I have got a copy of that. Clearly, I am producing a Panchanama.
I also have a copy.
Clearly shows.
Mr. CM Dhananjay, I also have a copy of a statement, and this is question number 7. Question number 7 asked to Mr. Anjaneya. Anjaneya. You would know Mr. Anjaneya because he's a close aide of Mr. DK Shivkumar. He works at the Karnataka Bhavan. And what does he say in question number 7 to the income tax authorities? He says 1 crore, 2.5 crore and 1.5 crore. Total of 5 crores was brought by one Mr. Shailendra, whose name is stored in his phone book as Nair for Shailendra DKS Vinay. And this person brought 5 crore rupees to the Safdarjung enclave residence of Mr. DK Shivkumar. And he says another 1.6 crore was given to him by DK Shivkumar. Were these 8 crore rupees meant for AICC, Dr. Sambit Patra? Dr. Sambit Patra, 8 crore rupees kept in Delhi, 3 crores paid to AICC in January. Were these 8 crore rupees also meant for the AICC?
That allow me to speak.
Can I be allowed by Mr. Dhananjay? Mr. Dhananjay, we heard you. Allow us also. Mr. Dhananjay, I would appreciate if you allow others to speak as well.
Show what is hacked very clearly.
Mr. Dhananjay, let me make a short rebuttal. Let me make a short point, and then you can please come in, Mr. Dhananjay.
You not allowed me to complete it.
Mr. Dhananjay,
not allowed me to complete it.
Mr. Dhananjay, just a second. Mr. Dhananjay, I will make a short point. Mr. Dhananjay, respectfully. Mr. Dhananjay, calm down. Rahul Gandhi has seen you. You are defending him. He has seen you.
I want the public to know what it was.
Let him complete and then I will speak. Let him complete. I don't want to speak over him.
Please, you want to become a future law minister?
Okay, complete, sir. Complete, and I will thereafter reply. Complete, sir.
When I am speaking, I expect you to keep quiet. Sir, when I am speaking, I request you to only one para. I am going to read it to you. Kindly see in the para 5, in course of the search, I like to say book of account and document as per annexure DKS number 36/1 is clearly said they have seized number 1 to 22 piece of paper. Next is a gold silver -nil cash nil. So it is a very clear in the measure. Now whatever you are producing, it is in a document which is not authentic. And moreover, in the eye of law, it is a zero. Same thing what happened in MLC Govind Raju case also. It is similar. It's going to be not going to be successful.
Sir, now we have heard. Please allow me to speak.
Political motive. Somebody has supplied this.
Okay. Mr. CM Dhananjay, since you have challenged, that these documents do not have any sanctity, let's hear the Finance Minister, Mr. Arun Jaitley, what he said in Lok Sabha yesterday. Listen in to him before I go across to Dr. Sambit Patra.
टैक्स के अधिकारी इसलिए उनका स्टेटमेंट लेना और उनको वहां से अपने घर ले जाना केवल इस पर्पस के लिए रिजॉर्ट में गए। जब वहां पहुंचे तो वे व्यक्ति वहां पर कागज फाड़ रहे थे। वो फटे हुए कागज भी और जो डॉक्यूमेंट्स फाड़ रहे थे वो भी पंचनामा में रिकवर हुए। उनको वहां से लेकर उनके घर पे चले गए।
You heard that, Dr. Sambit Patra. It's been clearly stated that the Panchnama of the torn document was done.
Yes. Navika, let me speak now. First and foremost, as the Congress spokesperson alleges that this is just a piece of paper. No, Navika, this is not just a piece of paper. This is the character certificate of All India Congress Committee. I would henceforth call the AICC, All India Congress Committee, as All India Corrupt Committee, which is synonymous with the Congress Party. And that was the character certificate which Mr. D.K. Shivkumar was trying to tear off, lest he was going to declare as to how the Congress committee is corrupt. Secondly, and extremely importantly, let me be a very different person today. Let me bring out a Sanskrit sloka. There is a famous Sanskrit sloka called as Akashang Patitang Toyang Yada Gacchati Sagaram Sarvadeva Namaskaram Keshavam Pratigacchati. Just as wherever the water drops in the Sravana Masa from the sky and the cloud, ultimately the water travels to ocean. Similarly, wherever corruption takes place in this whole country, ultimately the money travels to 10 Janpat. 10 Janpat is the ultimate ocean in which every form of corruption goes and merges. And that is what was happening in this case. 3 crore had already gone and merged with Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi. 8 crore was the second installment which was going to merge with 10 Janpat. Just before the merger, the minister was caught red-handed tearing the character certificate of the Congress party. My question over here is, the Congress spokesperson brought in the Sahara Birla diary. I know the opponents and the proponents who support Mr. Rahul Gandhi, they would bring in the Sahara Birla diary. So at the outset itself, let me clear. As far as the Sahara Birla diary is concerned, that was just a random entry, quote unquote. This was said by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said this is false, fictitious and made up. You cannot make up such cock and bull stories about constitutional posts. Number 2, this piece of paper, which you call piece of paper, which I called evidence, has circumstantial evidence value because you have the 10 crore cash also which has been recovered, and you have a stash of jewellery. Irony is, today we also get the answer to the question as to why the Congress party was so unhappy when demonetization took place. Because in fact Congress के तिजोरी पर हंगामा हो गया था, तिजोरी पर परेशानी हो गई थी. All the money that they have kept, they had to convert this money into cash. And we have seen as to how this money was converted through the Khushi jewelers, because I was seeing your expose, gradually to diamonds and gold. It does not take only one hand to do this, Navika ji. It takes a whole mafia and a hawala operating system to in fact give formation to all these kind of things. So today I can say after this expose that the Congress was working more as a hawala operator than a national political party, and they have been caught red-handed today. And Navika, let me conclude by saying that this should not be seen in isolation. This should be seen in fact with Govind Raju's diary also. In Govind Raju's diary, Govind Raju being the political aide to the Chief Minister of Karnataka, we had seen the office of RG, office of Rahul Gandhi, office of Sonia Gandhi, Motilal Vohra, and again AICC being mentioned there. There are too many coincidences just to blow them off by saying it is nothing but vendetta politics. This is not vendetta, sir. This is data, which is reality, and Rahul Gandhi has to come out and answer the question.
Well, there are questions that are coming on involve.in/newshour where people are saying a super conservative estimate of the worth of DKS in a couple of billion US dollars. All in the state are aware. That's what Sughosh is saying. Also, some other comments that are coming in, people saying that All India Congress Committee could stand for All India Chor Committee. These papers, Sarvana says, these papers have to be preserved for the fingerprints for interrogation and prove it in court. Otherwise, the Congress party will continue to deny it. What are we debating? Rajinder Raina says, why are we debating the pieces of documents? What about the 10 crore cash and the 10 crore jewelry? It dwarfs the MMTC vault. Those are the questions, Mr. Alibuddin Khan. People of this country want to know. AICC getting 3 crore on paper documented. 8 crores found from the New Delhi residence. Was this 8 crore also meant for the AICC? Is this why Rahul Gandhi doesn't talk about firing anybody who's caught with corruption and cash money worth 20 crore rupees and Benami properties worth another 15 crore rupees?
Navika ji, I will also reply to Dr. Patra in a slok, Sanskrit slok. Hans savete bako savete, ke bhed hanso bakya, neer chir viveka, hanso hansa bako baka. See, हंस और बगुला दोनों ही सफेद कलर के होते हैं, लेकिन नीर चीर विवेका उनके करैक्टर को जानने पर पता लगता है कि कौन बीजेपी है और कौन कांग्रेस है। बीजेपी बाय चांस एंड कांग्रेस इज बाय चॉइस।
ये
कांग्रेस को 122 साल हो गए इस देश में,
कैश कैरेक्टर
122 साल हो गए इस देश में, कांग्रेस ने देश को आजाद कराया। और ये जो बगुला पार्टी है, अब इसका अंत आने वाला है, अब इसका अंत आने वाला है। ये सब जो इनकम टैक्स की रेड, सीबीआई की रेड, ईडी की रेड, इस सब से ये इलेक्शन नहीं जीत सकते। इलेक्शन जीतने के लिए तो जो वादे किए थे वो पूरे करने पड़ेंगे। नविका जी, देश देख रहा है इनके करैक्टर को, इनके चरित्र को।
अब आप वादों पर आ गए सर। सर आप पैसों की बात करिए ना, करोड़ों की बात करिए। वादों का क्या लेना देना कांग्रेस का? आप तो 10 साल सरकार में रहे थे, वादों से क्या लेना देना आपका? आप तो करोड़ों की बात करिए। ये करोड़ों कहां से आ रहे हैं और क्यों कोई एक्शन नहीं लिया जा रहा? कौन सा ऐसा अमीर आदमी है, अमीर आदमी ऐसा कौन सा है जो 10-10 करोड़ 11-11 करोड़ कैश में रखता है घर में?
शिव कुमार के यहाँ मिल गया। ये तो रोजाना के ड्रामे हैं, ये तो बीजेपी गवर्नमेंट के रोजाना
ये ड्रामा है। मिस्टर महेश जेठमलानी, मिस्टर महेश जेठमलानी, is this document a drama, as Mr. Alimuddin Khan says, or is this evidence that can be produced in court because it's circumstantially found by the individual whose house was raided and who was tearing these documents? A fact that's been stated by the finance minister on the floor of the house, Mr. Mahesh Jetmalani. And the question is, isn't the cash also that's been recovered, 8 crores recovered from the Delhi residence, which his own associate says was put there by DK Shivkumar, is this not incriminating evidence that will stand scrutiny in a court of law?
Navika, this is completely different from the Jain Hawala, the Birla or the Sahara matters. There you had either a loose sheet of paper or one page in a diary, which was a standalone evidence, and even the makers of those entries said that they were not meant for the people which the political opponents were trying to allege they were meant for. That is why the Supreme Court said it was a malicious and a completely fictitious attempt to implicate high constitutional authorities. Here you have a diary which has been seized in the course of an income tax raid. The entries which you talk about were sought to be destroyed. The fact that it was destroyed by a person who was a prime target of the raids because he was suspected, there was a reasonable belief that he was himself dealing in large amounts of cash. A fact itself corroborated by the fact that 10 crores of cash, 10 crores worth of jewelry and 8 crores in Delhi were all seized from him. So the man, first of all, he's trying to destroy evidence. Obviously, it had some probative value. Secondly, it was seized under a panchnama. Thirdly, there was tons of cash and jewelry seized. Then you have the evidence of his chief aide, Anjaya, who has corroborated practically all the contents, at least the Delhi end of it, the Delhi end where the money. So he's actually corroborated the contents by saying that this much money was received in Delhi, and some of the destinations he has pointed out to where it went. So documentary evidence which is not standalone. There is circumstantial documentary evidence of conduct and oral evidence by Anjaya. Now this makes a very compelling case, at least for an investigation, not just by the income tax authorities, but also by the ED for prevention of money laundering. Money laundering.
It is going on. It is because of...
All right, gentlemen, hold your thoughts. I'm joined on the phone line by Kirit Somaiya, who is the Lok Sabha Member of Parliament from the BJP, who's been watching our broadcast and calling in. Mr. Kirit Somaiya, this is a new document. These are diary entries. These are pieces of paper which were being torn off by Mr. DK Shivkumar, as stated by the finance minister. Now these diary entries and these pieces of paper have accounts. And one account says 4 crores that were collected, out of which 3 crores paid to the AICC. The fact that 8 crores was seized from the Delhi residence, and the associate of Mr. D.K. Shivkumar has admitted in his response, in his questioning of the Income Tax Department, that this money, 8 crore, was belonging to D.K. Shivkumar. Is it reasonable to question whether this money was also meant for AICC, as we understand it, the All India Congress Committee?
The first thing, the Congress had already raised the issue of income tax raid on Mr. Shivkumar in Parliament. On Congress insistence, the finance minister had disclosed some of the information. Now, the Parliament, the whole country would like to know what are the facts. If whatever you are disclosing today, whatever the Times Now channel is disclosing, it is very much disturbing. The country would like to know what Shivkumar was doing there. What is this 7 crores, 3 crores, 4 crores? What is the meaning of AICC? If a minister is misusing his policy, his status, to indulge into money laundering, indulge into what we say, to in a way disturb the electoral process, we will certainly like to know the fact.
Okay.
And on the basis of the fact, we can approach the election commission also.
Okay. All right, Mr. Kirit Somaiya, thank you very much for telling us that. We will wait for this issue to be raised by you, either with the Election Commission or in the Parliament, as you deem fit. But the questions will be asked. Let me go across to Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari. Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, is the explanation of vendetta politics now the only excuse that is left? The question is, there is incriminating evidence, there is statement of the associate of Mr. D.K. Shivkumar from where 8 crore rupees was found. There is money that's been found stashed. There is gold and jewelry in lockers. There are reports, there are documents that have been caught from Hawala operators associated with Mr. D.K. Shivkumar. But is the explanation of vendetta politics something that is one size that fits all?
No, I think the explanation about vendetta politics is over. What we are entering is an era of totalitarianism that BJP is engaging. When we see a finance minister blatantly appear untrue in Rajya Sabha when he says that this has nothing to do with what is happening in Gujarat and the fact that 44 MLAs are there, when the government lies that there was nobody with a gun and the footage show that CRPF...
Why can't we ask the questions whether this 8 crores in Delhi was meant for the Congress party to use in Gujarat? Why can't we ask the same corollary question?
No, ask, are you BJP? Is BJP asking that? I am saying that was...
No, my job is to ask questions of both the Congress, the BJP and the Samajwadi Party.
So you please ask. I'm not the Congress spokesperson. You spoke about vendetta politics. I was responding to that, and you reverted about BJP, something that BJP should be asked. I am not interested in that. What we are talking about is, was the finance minister true or untrue in Parliament when he said this has nothing to do with 44 MLAs in Gujarat, from Gujarat, in that resort? See, I have traveled a lot in trains growing up across the country, and it was very common tactics for thieves to distract before they steal. BJP is engaging in the same tactic. They are distracting the nation with random issues because they are stealing away the promises that they made to this entire country. The country is reeking under employment, farm distress, a number of issues. No defense minister and entire nation in distress.
God.
But BJP is interested in distracting the country. You tell me one reason. This is the party that sent Vijay Mallya to Rajya Sabha. One reason why such hue and cry should be made for one Rajya Sabha seat. That leads all the way from distracting governance in Gujarat at a time of floods to asking questions about whether the income tax department is independent or not.
Well, I need to go across to Mr. Ratan Sharda, but I'll have to get Dr. Sambit Patra to respond to you. Yes, before I go across to Mr. Ratan Sharda, Dr. Sambit Patra, I have to give you the floor to rebut any of the charges that were made by Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari and respond to him.
A fascinating thing is happening in this country. You know, the subsidiary parties of the All India Corrupt Committee, that means the All India Congress Committee, in fact. I don't understand as to why these subsidiary parties are ready to commit sati along with Congress.
Someday you have to get serious.
Sir, I did not speak when you were speaking, sir.
For the ruling party.
Sir,
you cannot call
I was not speaking, sir, when you were speaking.
Shivkumar and his party called BJP.
No, I'm not. I didn't even take the name of Samajwadi Party. Why are you so disturbed? I didn't even name Samajwadi Party.
Name calling.
Answer the call.
Okay. No, you can't say
he's so disturbed if I call Congress a corrupt party. My God. ये सारे लोग कांग्रेस के साथ सती होने के लिए तैयार हैं. कांग्रेस खत्म होगी, ये सब सती होंगे उसके साथ. I don't understand as to why you all want to commit sati. Sati has been banned. Sati pratha is banned in this country. Don't commit sati along with Congress, Baba. You have your own future. Stay with your future. Don't jump into the fire of Congress.
आप कपिल शर्मा के शो पे जाइए.
ठीक है, बैठिए.
इस तरह के चुटकुले बर्दाश्त नहीं किए जा सकते.
अरे आप लोग सती हो रहे हैं बाबा कांग्रेस के साथ. I don't understand as to why if I call the Congress party corrupt party, you are so disturbed.
Speak.
No, ठीक है, मैं जाऊंगा. आप चिंता मत करिए. मैं जाऊंगा. वहाँ अभी राहुल गांधी बैठे हुए हैं. चिंता मत करिए. मगर ये आप बताइए, why are you so worried? If I am attacking the Congress party, are you trying to change your party? Are you trying to become the Congress party spokesperson? So I am speaking against the Congress party. Why are you so dejected? Why are you so annoyed? Why are you so annoyed, sir?
Subsidiaries. You are not supposed to.
Am I getting it wrong, Navika? Is Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari the Congress spokesperson? I am saying the All India Corrupt Congress. So why is he getting so annoyed? I don't understand. Akhilesh Yadav, are you watching your spokesperson? If you are watching the television channel, please call your spokesperson and say that he should not be defending other political parties and that too a corrupt party like Congress. He is your spokesperson, Mr. Akhilesh Yadav. He should be speaking on behalf of Samajwadi Party, not the Congress party. Anyways.
Okay, gentlemen, since both of you are not answering,
just allow me to complete.
Since you're both not
I am ready to answer your questions. Let me just complete in 10 seconds.
Okay.
Navika, let me come to the
30 seconds because I need to go across to Mr. Ratan Sharda.
Okay. Yes. Sorry, Ratan Sarda, I'm eating into your time. I'll just take 20 seconds. Number one, this is a very serious issue. We have a politician who is one of the most wealthiest politicians of the country and who is in the cabinet of Karnataka who is trying to destroy a piece of evidence. It is not just he was carrying the evidence in his pocket and he was caught. He was trying to destroy this piece of paper, shred this piece of paper, and today the paper that you are showing is the same piece of evidence which in fact has been connected. The dots have been connected. Why was someone trying to destroy the piece of evidence if all was hunky-dory, if nothing was wrong? He was trying to destroy it only because he was trying to save someone. And who was the someone whom he was trying to save? Mr. Anjanaya comes with the answer. Mr. Anjanaya says that, well, all these cash was transferred to a locality in Safdarjung enclave at the behest of his leader, Mr. D.K. Shivkumar. Why was Shivkumar collecting all this amount at a particular place in Delhi? And why did he fly to Delhi just before the Rajya Sabha elections of Gujarat? Why does he fly to Delhi just before the raid takes place and there were 8 crores in Delhi? Why? It is but natural that an AICC finds a mention in these shredded piece of papers and then very close place to AICC you have 8 crores stashed. It does not take rocket science to understand, Navika, that this money was almost as an installment waiting to go to the AICC office, probably to Mr. Rahul Gandhi or Sonia Ji to be handed over to them. Might be through Motilal Vora, whose name also finds
that's a charge, that's a question. But honestly, Mr. Ratan Sharda, the question will be asked whether this money was meant for the AICC, as Dr. Sambit Patra raises the question. But the other question is the silence of Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Why is Mr. Rahul Gandhi not taking any action against Mr. D.K. Shivkumar? He may be a rich man, but which rich man keeps 11 crore in cash at home? It's only if he's hiding money. Otherwise, normally the banking channels are used. Money of this nature is kept in banks, just like the 10 crore jewelry was stuffed in a locker. The cash would also have been in a bank. Why was this being maintained in cash and 8 crores out of this being held up in Delhi? Was it a tranche that was meant for what we are seeing in this document as AICC? We don't know. We are asking the question, but why is Mr. Rahul Gandhi silent?
See, first of all, very simple question to Rahul Gandhi. Does this money belong to Mr. DKS or the money belongs to Congress? Because money belongs to Congress, that can be deduced when they made a noise in the Rajya Sabha. If it was DKS money, then Congress should have said, okay, take action against him for corruption. I also tracked this particular thing to demonetization when Congress was frothing at mouth and Samajwadi Party was frothing at mouth because they need cash collections, which was stopped by demonetization. They also were against political donations bill, which reduced the cash transaction of the political contributions. Why was that? And now coming to vendetta, imagine people who made Chief Minister of Gujarat sit in CBI offices for hours together, who made Home Minister of Gujarat running out of the, made to extern from the state, and who was made to go into jail. The people who made Mulayam Singh support Congress, whose Guru Lohia opposed Congress throughout his life. So if this is not vendetta politics, what is this cash collection? They are not denying the cash. They are not denying jewelry. They are saying diary. Forget about diary. But does money belong to Congress? That's why they are making noise in Rajya Sabha. It belongs to DKS. Let them fight. Very simple question. And coming to another point, this timing business, because of Congress legacy since Indira Gandhi, all the elections have been disturbed. There is this election country where every month there is an election. So when does government work? Anything you do, there's a question of timing. None has objected to the cash received. Imagine the total immorality of people sitting here. They are questioning why it was done, how it was done, not how come the cash was there. And for Congress, these petty amounts, 5-6 crores, I think the people went to the wrong place. If CBI and Finance Ministry were in the right place, you should have got hundreds of crores. Either they will come through some diaries or some accounts or from the transactions that they do. Otherwise, Mara Lathi also Sabalat ka. Congress is Savala ka Mara Hathi.
Ratan Sarda ji.
No.
Ratan Sarda ji, speak your mind.
अरे भैया मैंने तो बीजेपी की बात ही नहीं की, आपको क्यों आग लगी? अलीमुद्दीन जी, मैंने जो पूछा उसमें कि बीजेपी का नाम आया, आपको क्यों लग रहा है? Navika, I don't understand. This man just comes and starts shouting, doesn't let me complete. Have I made any point where I supported BJP? I have asked a simple question to this person. This person shouting here, I've simply asked, तो वही कर रहा हूँ, मैं पूछ रहा हूँ, कैश आपका था, कैश पार्टी का था.
Let me go across to Mr. Mahesh Jethmalani. Before I go across to Mr. Mahmood Paracha, Mr. Mahesh Jethmalani, as a lawyer, may I ask you the question, Mr. Mahesh Jethmalani, that in the Sahara Birla diary that comes up ever so often, every time a diary is quoted, the fact is there was an income tax settlement commission, which is a quasi-judicial body, which gave its own ruling before the Supreme Court took the decision. It was in that income tax settlement commission that there was found that there was no proof. These were just computer-generated statements, and they had no proofs. Nobody on either side was talking about them. Is this diary different from the Sahara Birla diary in the form of circumstantial evidence recovered from the site from where cash was recovered and from a person who was shredding these documents? Aren't these evidences that will be important in courts?
Yes. It's not this is not a computer-generated statement. It's not a standalone document. It is there is the conduct of Shivkumar trying to tear up a part of this diary, which indicates that it contained important evidence, which he wanted to conceal. He was trying to destroy very vital evidence. Then you have the statement, as I said earlier, of Anjaya, which corroborates the diary entries. That's oral evidence. So you have oral evidence, you have evidence by conduct, you have circumstantial evidence, and you have proof of the contents of the diary. I think this is on a far higher footing than the Jain Hawala or the Birla or Sahara diaries. And I think, Navika, it's time now. The Congress is not an accused person that it can plead the right of silence. The Congress is I don't know if it's AICC anymore, it's CC. It looks like it's limited to Karnataka. But the fact of the matter is that the Congress party now, the AICC or its representatives, have a duty to the electorate of this country and to the people of India at large to at least tell us whether they received the 3 crores and whether it was in cash or check. This now is a responsibility on their part. They cannot plead the right of silence.
Absolutely. Why should they only talk about things being proved in courts? Why don't they respond to people of this country, because they elect them? And Mahmood Paracha, the question really is, even in law, when there is circumstantial evidence, Will this corroborated with the fact that there is a aide of Mr. D.K. Shivkumar giving a statement owning up to the fact that these 8 crore rupees were got by Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, then with the evidence that Mr. D.K. Shivkumar was in Delhi and he was in room number 2001 in JW Marriott Aero City Hotel, and the fact that he took flight number 9W7023, all of these are evidences that can be pieced together, and the question can be asked, why was Mr. D.K. Shivkumar keeping all this money in Delhi? Was it meant to be supplied somewhere? Especially in AICC, when there is evidence and link to AICC payments from D.K. Shivkumar earlier.
Navika, I would like to restrain myself to facts, law, and not semantics and speculations. What is happening today is the most important part is that the timing and place of the raids. That is number one. And I am really surprised. I would hope that Mr. Jethmalani, a lawyer of such eminence, will bear with me that I am surprised that he is attaching any value to these recoveries and raids, because evidently none of the procedures prescribed in law under CRPC section 100, 150, 65, 167 has been followed, because everything which should have been sealed and should have been kept in a sealed cover is being directly telecast through your channel. So there is zero evidentiary value of anything which has been recovered in these raids. That is number one. And number two, what is most important is that government of late in February 2017 has changed the income tax law, and to the effect that there are things called that the reasons to be for the raids will not be disclosed to any person, any authority, or even the appellate body. So this law has been changed to execute operations, criminal actions like this, and that is what is most surprising and most shocking. Lastly, I would say that what these income tax officers have done under the garb of law, since they were not following the procedure laid down by law, Mr. Jethmalani will bear with me once again that these are criminal acts.
And government of stoning of income tax offices by Congress supporters an act under the law. And look at the questions people are asking. Hitesh Ahuja says AICC against India corrupt Congress. Against India corrupt Congress. That's what people are saying. And another person is saying, Mr. Paracha, don't talk about anything except 10 crore plus 10 crore. 10 crore cash, 10 crore jewelry. Why don't you explain that? Why don't you explain the statement? Why don't you explain the statement of Anjanya, the aide of Mr. D.K. Shivkumar? Dr. Sambit Patra, isn't that the moot point? Why was Mr. D.K. Shivkumar in Delhi? Why was 8 crore being kept in Delhi? Why was Mr. D.K. Shivkumar tearing up papers? Is there any response coming up from anybody on these circumstances?
This is plant. You have not followed procedure.
See, let me answer.
Oh,
Mr.
it's plant.
Mr. Pracha,
it's
you
plant.
are eloquent.
8 crore is plant. When there is an admission coming from Anjanya, the aide of Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, saying that yes, this money was brought. He's given phone numbers of people who have supplied the money, and you are saying it's a plant.
Can I answer?
Ask Mr. Jethmalani.
Can I answer,
Mr. Jethmalani, or
Mr. Pracha? Mr. Pracha, let me complete, and then Mahesh ji can answer. Mr. Pracha, you are eloquent in bringing some technicalities into the debate, but let me answer very simply, lest the people would fall in the trap of technicality. Number one, what is law? Law protects probity and law exposes impropriety. Over here, what is probity? Probity is trying to come out with the truth as to what are these evidences, what do these evidences stand for. And we have a stack of impropriety. We have a stack of corruption on the other side. We have evidence, we have the word AICC, we have a person who has confessed called Mr. Anjaneya, we have a minister who had cash stashed in his home, and then we have the same minister's associate saying that the minister was the one who was acting as the one who was giving instructions, and we have the jewellery, we have what not and what all. Over here, it is astonishing, Mr. Pracha, a lawyer of your stature should be speaking for improbity, rather than standing for, standing for a corrupt-free society. Well, you may be a technical person, but for God's sake, all technicalities in this country stands to protect the uncorrupt and stands for punishing the corrupt.
That's
and
right.
Here we
That's
have a saga
right.
of corruption
I'm going across to Mr. Ratan Sharda. Mr. Ratan Sharda, look at the questions people are asking. People are asking, and Nagraj has this question: timing issue again. Every day there will be an election or a festival in India. When will the income tax and the enforcement directorate work? Should we shut them down? Also, another question coming in from Rajendra Sharma: the more Congress tries to defend itself, the more it stands exposed. Are they concerned about the perception in the public? Also, Aryan Birevar, he says, political vendetta is not a gateway to indulge in corruption. These are questions that are being asked by people, by viewers tonight, Mr. Ratan Sharda. Do you think the Congress needs to answer these questions?
See, yesterday I remarked that when Congress goons attacked the income tax directorate, it totally exposed themselves. What was the reason for them to attack the income tax directorate? It showed that they were desperate, they were frustrated, they were afraid that something will come out which will be not comfortable for the Gandhi-Nehru family. And if I have answered all this in advance only, you cannot keep on controlling timings. You stop working because Indira Gandhi made every month an election month by dissolving governments as everyone wanted. Congress followed the same path. You cannot stop working just because somebody feels vendetta. People who keep on saying Modi not doing anything for the black money, against the corruption, when BJP does something, they say, oh my God, they have attacked us. But problem is they have been ruling country for so long, they have the biggest corruption scandals in their own home. So they have to look at their own house by exposing themselves, by coming out and defending a corrupt person where a lot of cash has come in. They are exposing themselves. They should say money doesn't belong to us.
8 crores
or he's sitting on Congress money
in a Delhi residence. Was this Congress money? Was this DK Shivkumar's money meant for the Congress? You have to explain to the people of this country, Mr. Alimuddin Khan. People are asking questions. And look at the number of questions I'm getting, thousands and thousands of them.
They have to account for the money, simple. They have to account for the money, as simple as that. Why fight with BJP? Why cry with RSS? You simply give the account of that money, matter ends.
This is a Ratan Sharda ji. Question is to me, Ratan Sharda ji. Whether this accounted money,
अगर अकाउंटेड मनी है तो भाई साहब चिल्ला क्यों रहे हो, तो झगड़े क्यों कर रहे हो, आप अटैक क्यों कर रहे हो, आप राज्यसभा का टाइम क्यों खराब कर रहे हो, वॉकआउट क्यों कर रहे हो, आपका लीगल है तो आप लीगल पैसे रख लीजिए. आप यहाँ राज्यसभा में हंगामा मचा रहे हैं, अपने आप को एक्सपोज कर रहे हैं, आप डिबेट के अंदर चिल्ला चिल्ली कर रहे हैं, आप बोलिए लीगल मनी है, बात खत्म हो गई. आप कह दीजिए कांग्रेस के पैसे हैं, आप कहिए ना, आप कह तो नहीं रहे कांग्रेस के पैसे हैं, आप ये भी नहीं कह रहे कि डीकेएस के पैसे हैं. आप केवल चिल्ला रहे हैं, बस चिल्लाने से कोई प्रूफ नहीं होता. आपने बदला लिया मोदी से, आपने बदला अमित शाह से लिया, आपको वही भाषा आती है, आपको बदले के सिवा को समझ नहीं आता. आपने दशकों आपने लोगों से बदले लिए, कहीं मुलायम को बांधा, कहीं मोदी जी को बिठाया, कभी अमित शाह को बिठाया. अब आपको बदले की भाषा ध्यान में आ रही है. आप तो आरएसएस के पीछे पड़े थे, उसके भी चीफ को अंदर डालने वाले थे, आपका बस नहीं चला.
डिस्कस क्यों नहीं करते हो?
मैं तो डायरी की बात ही नहीं कर रहा. मैं तो डायरी की बात ही नहीं कर रहा.
मिस्टर अलीमुद्दीन खान,
मैं कह रहा हूँ कैश.
मिस्टर अलीमुद्दीन खान, डोंट कन्विंस अस, डोंट कन्विंस अस. मिस्टर अलीमुद्दीन Khan, don't convince us. Ask us the questions. Ask the BJP the questions. But what will you answer to the people of this country, Mr. Alimuddin Khan? The people of this country want an answer from the Congress party. And the answer is, the question that they want an answer to is, why is Rahul Gandhi silent? Why should Rahul Gandhi not take any action against DK Shivkumar? If he does not take action against DK Shivkumar, a man from whose house 10, 11 crores have been recovered, 10 crores worth of jewelry has been recovered, Benami documents of properties have been recovered. If he doesn't take any action against him, then is he actually proving that probity has no value in public life and that cash is the value, cash is the language of politics in India? That question is something that Rahul Gandhi will need to answer. As I thank all my